Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, welcome back. Hey, what y'all know about that? Welcome back. Welcome back to the More to Life podcast season 2. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Season 2. It's your host and creator and CEO and founder of More to Life podcast, Anna D, checking in with y'all. How you feeling over there, Tola? Yay, yay. So, y'all, this is going to be a little different. I'm going to start creating an environment because if I could just be honest with y'all, my little snippet of a dream is to take this live, right? Like, I want to be able to have my own little talk show or whatever the Lord has planned for me. Like, I don't want it to be just me. Like, that's why I'm always wanting you guys to give whatever questions and opinions and things like that to send to me, because this is what this is about. It's more to life. It's about showing the real, showing the raw, showing everything that maybe everybody else may be scared to show, or everything that many other people may like hesitate to show. I don't care. If you guys seen my first season, I recorded, edited, created my own, what do we call that? What is this, Tola? What is this? Our setup. Thank you. See, this is why I need to talk back. Okay. I did all that myself and it was good, right? It was great. But I want to go greater. So of course God blessed me with Tola by way of Esther. Esther met him a couple years ago, but clearly he's now become family. And now with Tola being family, I was able to upgrade the set. And with upgrading the set, we are upgrading the vibes. We are upgrading the content. We are upgrading the reaction, the interaction. We are upgrading, period. So again, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, welcome back. All right. But again, it's your host, Anna D, and I'm checking in with y'all. And I'm just really hoping that, again, everything that you receive from this podcast, you are understanding that this is out of love, it's out of experience, it's out of maybe sometimes some of this stuff, again, it's ministering to me as it ministers to you. And I just hope that in this, that God uses me as a vessel to bless you all and also bless me in between time. And yeah, we're just going to jump straight into it. So I hope everybody's doing good. Let's everybody just take a moment. Take a deep breath. I really did that for me. Because if you know me, y'all know I be on 10 all of the time. So I really did that for me. But I hope y'all took well to that too. But I'm going to just jump straight into it. So this episode, and if I could just be honest with y'all, I don't know. Last season, I think I had like 7 episodes. I don't know how many I'm going to have this season. We're just going to go with the flow because I'm loving how I have the help this year with Tola. And shout out to Kua. Did I say it right? Kua. Shout out to Kua, the video editor, y'all. She has going to be the one who's responsible for all my color grading, my snip clips, my sneak peeks, the overall editing of all the videos that are being posted. So shout out to you. I appreciate you. I have yet to meet you, but one day hopefully I can. I just thank you for all your hard work. Again, if I like to use people and God is blessing me with people in private, I like to thank them and give them their flowers publicly, because even though she didn't ask for it, I'm going to do it anyway because I'm just that grateful. And for Tola for giving me the link up with that. Y'all don't understand how much this man has blessed me. Y'all, shout out to my guy. He's giving me hearts. And also shout out to my girl, Fee Gandy, okay? Her salon suite is in Chamblee, Georgia. She got me together. Anytime I hear a slay to the gods, it's her. The last couple episodes y'all might have already seen. Maybe you'll see it after this. Who knows what the order will be. I did it. That wasn't Fee, but it was good. You know what I'm saying? For somebody who don't like to do hair. But this right here, this is Fee Gandy, okay? Let's just put that out there. Okay, but again, jumping straight into it. So I've been getting a lot of different questions or little scenarios or tidbits from you guys, just asking about, like, again, outside looking in, and I'm just being raw with you guys, that, the perception that things may be perfect, right? Or the perception that, oh, this is so easy. Oh, you have so much help. And like I said earlier in the clip in this podcast, I used to do everything by myself, record the setup, edit, audio, and it was a lot. I love the fact that I know how to do it, but this is so much easier for me because now I'm able to just focus on being the best me for y'all possible, giving the best content, giving the best information, studying. It is a lot. So there is no such thing as a perfect start. I even said that before. I don't know with my last season, I didn't know when I was going to start. I just threw a random date out there. Even now, I don't know when I'm going to drop all of these, but by the time y'all hear this, it's already going to be dropped, right? So for me, there is no perfect time for anything. It's just only God's perfect will, which I'm sure I'm going to say in almost every podcast episode. So, this podcast episode is called Perfect Moments versus Perfect Life. I'm going to say that again. Having perfect moments versus a perfect life. There's a song by Jonathan Ferguson that's called Precious Moments. And every time I hear about just moments in general, that song really just kind of plays and it resonates with me, and it just sits in my spirit because it's so soft, and it really teaches you to understand that it's so important to understand how precious moments are in your life as opposed to trying to make those moments in your life your all around everyday life, right? Like there's no such thing, again, precious, perfect moments versus perfect life. There's no such thing as a perfect life to me. You have to realize that you can have the perfect spouse, the perfect job, the perfect kids, the perfect church, the perfect friends. You can have the perfect shoes, the perfect hair for the moment, but you will not have a perfect life. If you try and chase a perfect life, you will never enjoy the ups and downs that life itself will bring, right? Let's just talk about, y'all know I'm going to make everything, I'm going to tie everything biblical because this is the whole surface and foundation of what More to Life podcast is. Jesus himself was perfect, sinless, right? Yet his life still had troubles before before he even came, and while he was even young, before while he was born, his life had he had people coming hunting him down to try and kill him, right? Who That's not a perfect life. You don't want to live a life. Would you consider your life perfect if you have people looking for you wanting to kill you? That's not a perfect life. Now, it's not your fault. It wasn't Jesus' fault, right? But because of the things that happened around Jesus that he could not control, his life, again, your life isn't just you, your life is everything around you, right? Life, right? Was not perfect. His life was not perfect. He was perfect. His walk was perfect, but his life was not perfect. Just think about the way in which he had to die for us. That is not a perfect death, right? Like, how can you sit here and say, I want a perfect life, but the most perfect man to ever have walked this earth didn't get a perfect life? To my understanding, at least from what my Bible included and did not include, Jesus was not married. Jesus did not have, well, he did not, was not able to procreate and have kids, which people consider perfect. Jesus was not able to go turn up and have parties. And you know what I'm saying? Jesus was not able to get to age 100 in a man's body. Let's again, we're talking about him in the flesh. It was not able to die a very calm and settling death. His life was not perfect. He lived a perfect life because of the love, but first of all, because he was not just a man, but even then his purpose, he walked perfectly for his purpose, for what God needed him to do, right? So you can be perfectly happy, right? You don't have a perfect life, but you can be perfectly happy and perfectly grateful for the life that you do have, right? For the things that you do have. That's the goal. Our goal is to be perfectly happy with what God is blessing us with. It's to be perfectly, not even just content, right? People say, oh, I'm content with, well, content doesn't mean that your spirit is happy, that your soul is happy. I don't want to be content. Let's just be honest. I don't want to be content with my spouse. I don't want to be content with my job. I don't want to be content with this podcast. I want to be happy. I was content with the podcast that I had produced last season. I was proud of it. I was grateful for the steps that it brought me to, but I was not happy with it, right? Ooh, testing. I was not happy with it, right? My goal was to continue to be grateful for what it was, make the best out of it, and then push for something greater. I want to be happy. I don't want to be content with who God has for me to marry. I want to be happy. Is he going to be perfect? Absolutely not, because I'm nowhere near perfect. My sisters can tell you right now, my little sassafras, it can test you a little bit. But I am nowhere near perfect. But I want my husband to be happy with me. I don't want my husband to be content with me. I want him to be happy with me. I want to be happy with my job. I don't want to be content with the money I make with my job. I want to be happy with my job. I want to be happy with the children that God blesses me with. I want to be happy with how I treat other people. I don't want to be content. I want to be happy. Okay? I want to have I want to be so in my spirit and in my mind and in my heart to wake up with a smile that I am happy. I am perfectly happy with the life God has been blessing me with. Is my life perfect? No. Will it ever be perfect? No. But I can be perfectly happy with the circumstances and the things that God has given me, right? Let's just add a little scripture. Romans 3 and 23. We have all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God, right? So, with that being said, God already knows that we won't have a perfect life. So, if the creator of all knows that our life won't be perfect, why do we stress ourselves out enough to create perfect scenarios? Oh, the perfect time to get married, the perfect time to date, the perfect time to put in the work with somebody, the perfect time to go to church, the perfect time to pray. There is no perfect time. The only thing that's perfect is God. Anytime, the only timing that's perfect is God's timing. The only plans that are perfect are God's plans. Y'all, we have got to take a beat to understand that it is okay not to have a perfect life. We need to get in a space to step into perfect moments, being grateful for the perfect moments that we have in this life and cherish those moments so that our life is something that we are proud of, something that we are happy with, not content with, not okay with, not just going step by step on. No, you want to be perfectly happy with the life you're given even in the moments where it's not ideal, right? There are moments, obviously, where we don't have the ideal money we're making, the ideal. I'm single. Do I want to be single? I think I'll talk about this before. Absolutely not. But I am perfectly happy with being single at this point in my life because what I know God is doing and preparing me for, right? But I am not happy with staying that way, right? But I am perfectly happy for this moment because I know what's to come is greater. It's I probably don't need to be nobody wife right now because there was parts of me I still had to learn in order to be a perfectly capable woman, to be a perfectly imperfect wife to whomever my husband is, okay? And it goes vice versa, speaking on men's behalf. I'm not a man, but the advice goes both ways. If you are in scenarios where have I always been the perfect friend? Absolutely not. God just had to tweak my heart because I have not always been the perfect sister or the perfect friend or the perfect daughter, but I am perfectly placing my feet in a place to understand I am perfectly okay with being corrected. I am perfectly happy with being convicted. I am perfectly accepting of being taught constructive criticism, being given constructive criticism, being taught lessons, knowing that I do not have all the answers. I am perfectly happy with understanding that where I am now is nothing compared to where I have to be. Now, granted, are there times where, that ain't had nothing to do with me? Absolutely. Sorry, y'all, I'm gonna be fixing my hair because this hair do what I want to do. Now, am I perfectly happy with understanding where I am in life? Absolutely. Am I perfectly happy with staying here? Am I perfectly planning to stay at this place? Absolutely not. But I am in a space of understanding that my life will never be perfect. Now, does that mean, and y'all got to hear me when I say this, your life being perfect doesn't mean your life is bad. Okay? Your life not being perfect does not mean your life is bad. It just means you are, you are under, we're up now. We're awake, right? We're going to have reality right here in front of our face. We're not going to be delusional. We know that there is no such thing as a perfect anything, right? Moments can be perfect. Something you can envision can be perfect. Things can be perfect in moments, but your life cannot be perfect. Your tire go flat. Would you call that a perfect day? Absolutely not. Who wants their tire to go flat? But I can say how I handled it perfectly in that moment, but not freaking out. So you guys have to we have to stretch our thinking to understand that when somebody is getting you to understand that not everything is peaches and rainbows, that's for a reason. Let's go back to scripture, right? In 2 Corinthians 10 and 3, I am certainly not perfect and will not pretend to be. However, we are to live in this world but not be of this world. I'm almost positive that was by Apostle Paul, the letter to the Church of Corinthians, because there were things he was noticing that once certain people were getting to a certain place, they were trying to portray something that they were not. And you were giving fruitless things to God. You were giving soulless things to God. They were sending up this aroma to God that wasn't true, right? That was false. And so when you are doing things before the Lord, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to understand you are not perfect. You will never be perfect, but it's the what God looks at is our heart and where our intention lies. So what are you doing to assure that you are trying to be as Christ-like as possible? And being as Christ-like as possible is trying to be perfect, not like, oh, my hair has to be this way, oh, my nails need to be this way, but no, your heart. You want your heart to be as Christ-like as possible. You want your heart to be so perfectly pure before the Lord that when you come into situations in this earth that you can't control, that may deter your day, that may deter your mind, that may deter your marriage, that may deter your friendship, your heart is pure enough to understand. Your heart is soft enough to understand that, God, I need you, and I know that I am not perfect, and I know that I have fallen short of your glory, and I know that I have sinned, and I know, but however, no matter what, Lord, I repent. And I am happy with understanding that I am to be in this world, not of this world. I am to be here to make change and bring light, not to be conformed into the darkness. That is what's understanding perfect moments versus a perfect life. I am in a space where I am literally throwing myself into a season of harboring and basking in the perfect moments as opposed to reflecting and killing my mind over those things that don't make my life perfect. Because if I think about the things that God has blessed me with, if I think about the goodness of the Lord, y'all know the church people like to say that. Wanna get an amen? Okay, when I think of the goodness of the Lord, I understand that the I am perfectly happy with the life God has given me at this moment. Do I want more? Yes. Do I aspire to have more? Yes. Do I desire more? Yes, but I am still perfectly happy with where he has me sitting right now. I'm perfectly happy with the car I drive. I'm perfectly happy with where I live. I'm perfectly happy with where my nails is, even though I just had to put glue on this one because it was lifting. I'm perfectly happy. I'm so thankful that I had glue in my car keys so that I can become in a space and I can be prepared. I can be prepared. I am perfectly happy with what God is doing in me so I can be prepared for what he has for me next. So I can be prepared for the image he needs me to send out to everybody. So I can be prepared for the message he needs me to send to the masses. So I can be prepared for what he has, for the husband he has coming for me. So I can be prepared for what God needs me to accomplish in this earth before I leave. I can be prepared. I am sitting in perfect moments instead of chasing a perfect life so I can understand that the imperfections are the lessons for us to be prepared for what God needs us to do. If my life was perfect, I wouldn't have anything to say to y'all. If my life was perfect, I wouldn't have a testimony. If my life was perfect, I wouldn't have any experience to be able to say, I've been there and this is where you'll be when you follow the Lord. I needed it. So, guys, do not aspire for a perfect life. Bask and be thankful for the perfect moments. Because without the perfect moments, you won't even ever have a perfect life if you don't understand the perfect moments. There is nothing perfect in this world besides the man Jesus himself, who is yet and still is alive. That is the only perfect thing. And God, obviously, and the Holy Spirit that I pray you all have. Edabosha. That is the perfection we should aspire. Not the materialistic things, not to be, I don't care if this get 2 views, 2 million views, 200 views. I don't care. I'm doing this because this is what makes me perfectly happy because I know that this is doing the work of the Lord. Okay? So again, understanding that just because somebody else's podcast is an hour long don't mean mine gotta be. Which is why I'm about to wrap this up right now because I'm perfectly happy with the length of this podcast because I'm not gonna dish out anything else that if the Lord ain't give it to me, I ain't got it to say. Because everything that I do say, God has inspired. God has given it to me. He's put it in my heart. He's put it in my mind. That's all I got for you. I'm not going to pull anything else anything else out of my behind just to sound good or just for clickbait. That's just not me. And I want to say this because as y'all can see, this is different than how I may dress on my other podcast. I didn't plan to talk about this when I put this outfit on. And I'm glad that this is how the Lord ordered myself to dress myself, because there is no such thing as looking perfect for God. There is no perfect look as being a follower of God. Now, granted, again, I talked about this before. I'm not going to be out here with all my bosoms and buttocks out. However, if you have tattoos, you have tattoos. If you have piercings, you have piercings. If you have on ripped jeans, you have on ripped jeans. If I don't have on, if I'm not suited and booted, baby, matter of fact, let me take that back because I'm still suited and booted. Can y'all see these shoes? Y'all see these shoes? All right, to get that up there. I'm still suited and booted, but you don't have to look like what nobody thinks you should look like. Okay? Now, my other episodes, I surely might be in my little cute dress and blazers and stuff, but that's just because that's what I want to do. But this is what was perfect for the moment. That's crazy how that just kind of fell in there, right? This was perfect for the moment for you to understand you don't have to do anything to look perfect to anybody. I don't care what preacher is preaching in the Gucci suit. I don't care what pastor is in the blinged out chain and they red bottoms. I don't care. If you have if God puts a word in your mouth and you got on a sweatsuit, again, don't just be looking janky now. There's a difference between looking janky, okay? Then that's just what it is. Don't try and be perfect in any moment. Don't try to be perfect in any moment. Just accept the perfect moments. Bask in the perfect moments. Because when you do things as Christ-like as possible, then you're perfect in that moment anyway. My dad says that all the time. When you do things as Christ-like as possible, you are perfect in that moment. You're trying to be like Christ. Don't try to be like anybody else. And that'll make you perfect in the moment, which will make those moments that are perfect, it'll make it worth it. It'll make it something you'll smile back at. I'm telling you, the amount of times I done wanted to chop somebody's head off, but I didn't. I smile back at that. Like, Lord, you see me? You seen how I handled that? That just made that moment made me perfectly happy with the fact that I let somebody cuss me out and I didn't return the favor. Because at the end of the day, God is looking at my heart and how I handled that situation. And that is the only judgment I look for. I don't need you to tell me. I don't have no point to prove. I don't need to buck up for nobody. I don't need to be a fake bulldog. I don't need to make anybody feel uncomfortable, because the way that I walk in the room, the glory of the Lord that rests and abides in and on me is going to demand whatever respect that the Lord sees fit that I deserve anyway. So I don't have to do nothing but walk in and walk out. And I hope that you guys understand that as well. Take that with you. If you walk with the glory of the Lord, all you have to worry about doing is walking in and walking out, doing his will and getting out the way until he calls you to do something else. Bask in the perfect moments. Don't chase a perfect life, because you're going to find yourself chasing a never ending road. I don't even want to say a never ending rainbow, because a rainbow was made because the Lord gave a promise to us that he will never flood this earth. That was a promise to us for him that he loves us. So that rainbow, I'll chase that rainbow any day. But a never ending road where you don't know where you're going, that's not somewhere you want to go. And that is from, again, experience. That is from love. That is from whatever the Lord puts on me to say. So with that being said, I pray that this all that was said really puts into perspective for those who may be in a tough spot trying to figure out what they are or not to do. Just do it. Pray about it. And if God gives you the go ahead, go do it. Sometimes God already gave you the go, so you're not going to hear another go. So just pray about it and figure out if he already gave you a yes, if he already gave you the materials. And if he hasn't given you another answer, that means he probably already did it and you should go do it to go be perfect in the moment instead of trying to make things perfect. This podcast just started. We just started recording. Let's just do it. Because if I waited for a perfect time, it would have never happened. It is so much better to understand that it's better to love and understand a perfect moment versus chasing a perfect life. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that it's possible to have a perfect life? Or do you think that it's more important to just accept and love on the perfect moments in order to then create a perfectly happy life for yourself, your loved ones, family, and ultimately something that you want God to be proud of? Let me know what you think. Like, comment, send it in my DMs. Find me. I want to know. Give me your feedback. Any other questions, things you guys have, send it to me. I would love, love, love to see how you guys think or feel. Whatever, again, I'm open to constructive criticism. Hey, Anna, you talk too fast. I know I do. I'm sorry. I think y'all can like do like a slow down method on your audio from like a point 0.5 if I talk fast, y'all, because I just get so fired up and excited. So again, I hope this bless you all. Click, like, comment, subscribe, send it to your people, listen to it over. But again, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Follow me at Anna D Official. Follow the podcast at More to Life Podcast on all platforms. I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I thank the Lord for using me day in and day out. And this is Anna D with More to Life Podcast, and I'm checking out.